My name is Bryan, and my story begins long after the battles and the bloodshed, after the camaraderie and the chaos of war. It starts in a small, quiet apartment on the outskirts of a bustling city, where I found myself alone and lost, grappling with the reality of life as an Army veteran. The war had taken many things from me, but the most visible reminder was the absence of my right arm. It was a constant, glaring testament to the battles I had fought and the life I had left behind. After my discharge, I spent months in a haze, trying to come to terms with my new reality. I had always been a man of action, someone who thrived on challenges and the adrenaline rush of combat. But now, I was a man with a disability, navigating a world that seemed alien and indifferent. The physical pain was one thing, but the emotional and psychological toll was something else entirely. I felt like a shadow of my former self, haunted by memories of the battlefield and the comrades I had lost. It was during one of my lowest points that I stumbled upon the teachings of Joe Dispenza. I had heard of manifestation and the power of positive thinking before, but it had always seemed like a distant, abstract concept. But something about Dispenza's approach resonated with me. He talked about the power of the mind to heal the body, to create new realities through intention and belief. It sounded almost too good to be true, but I was desperate for something, anything, that could pull me out of the darkness. I started with small steps. Every morning, I would sit in my living room, close my eyes, and visualize a future where I was happy and fulfilled. I imagined myself in a job that I loved, surrounded by friends who understood and accepted me. I pictured a life where my disability was not a limitation but a testament to my strength and resilience. It was difficult at first, and I often found my mind drifting back to the past, to the trauma and the pain. But I persisted, determined to create a new reality for myself. As the days turned into weeks, I began to notice subtle changes. I felt a sense of calm and clarity that I hadn't experienced in months. The nightmares that had plagued my sleep began to fade, replaced by dreams of a brighter future. I started to believe, truly believe, that I could manifest the life I wanted. One day, while browsing the internet for job opportunities, I came across a posting for a position at a non-profit organization that supported veterans. They were looking for someone with experience in crisis management and a deep understanding of the challenges faced by veterans. It felt like the universe was aligning in my favor. This job seemed tailor-made for me, a perfect blend of my skills and experiences. I applied immediately, pouring my heart into the cover letter and resume. A week later, I received a call from the organization's director, inviting me for an interview. My heart raced with a mix of excitement and anxiety. I prepared meticulously, rehearsing my responses and visualizing a successful outcome. When the day of the interview arrived, I walked into the office with a sense of purpose and determination. I talked about my experiences in the Army, the challenges I had faced, and my passion for helping fellow veterans. The director, a kind-hearted woman named Rachel, listened intently, her eyes filled with understanding and empathy. 2 days later, I received the call that would change my life. Rachel offered me the job, expressing her belief in my abilities and my potential to make a difference. I was overwhelmed with gratitude and excitement. This was the opportunity one had been manifesting, the chance to create a new chapter in my life. Starting at the nonprofit was both exhilarating and daunting. I was surrounded by people who understood my struggles, who had walked similar paths and faced similar demons. It was a supportive and nurturing environment, and for the first time in a long while, I felt a sense of belonging. I threw myself into my work, determined to make a difference in the lives of my fellow veterans. As I settled into my new role, I began to build friendships with my colleagues. There was Jake, a fellow veteran who had lost a leg in combat, and Maria, a social worker who had dedicated her life to supporting veterans and their families. We bonded over shared experiences and mutual respect. They became my support system, helping me navigate the challenges of my new life. One of the most rewarding aspects of my job was working with veterans who were struggling with their own transitions. I facilitated support groups, offering a safe space for them to share their stories and connect with others who understood their pain. I also worked one-on-one with veterans, helping them access resources, find employment, and rebuild their lives. It was incredibly fulfilling to see the impact of my work, to witness the transformations and the healing that took place. As the months passed, I continued to practice manifestation and positive thinking. I set new goals and intentions, visualizing a future filled with love, success, and fulfillment. I also continued to explore the teachings of Joe Dispenza, incorporating meditation and mindfulness into my daily routine. The more I practiced, the more I believed in the power of my mind to shape my reality. One day, while attending a veterans event, I met a woman named Emily. She was a nurse who had worked with wounded soldiers during the war, and she had a warmth and kindness that immediately drew me in. We struck up a conversation, sharing our stories and experiences. There was an instant connection, a sense of understanding and empathy that was rare and precious. Emily and I began to spend more time together, and our friendship soon blossomed into something deeper. She saw beyond my disability, recognizing the strength and resilience that had carried me through the darkest times. With her, I felt accepted and valued for who I was, not defined by what I had lost. Our relationship was a source of immense joy and comfort, a reminder of the power of love and connection. As my personal and professional life flourished, I felt a deep sense of gratitude for the journey I had undertaken. The path had been difficult and painful, but it had led me to a place of healing and fulfillment. I had manifested a life that exceeded my wildest dreams, filled with purpose, love, and meaningful connections. I decided to share my story with others, hoping to inspire and empower those who were struggling. I started a blog, writing about my experiences with manifestation, the challenges of transitioning to civilian life, and the importance of mental and emotional health. The response was overwhelming, with messages of support and gratitude pouring in from veterans and civilians alike. I also began to speak at events and conferences, sharing my journey and the lessons I had learned. It was incredibly rewarding to see the impact of my words, to witness the hope and inspiration that they sparked in others. My story became a beacon of light for those who were lost in the darkness, a testament to the power of the mind and the resilience of the human spirit. As I continue to navigate life's journey, I am filled with a deep sense of purpose and fulfillment. The teachings of Joe Dispenza and the practice of manifestation have transformed my life in ways I never imagined. I am committed to living authentically, to nurturing my relationships, and to making a positive impact in the world. The road ahead is filled with endless possibilities, and I am excited for the future. I know that with belief, intention, and action, anything is possible. I am grateful for the journey that has brought me here, for the challenges that have shaped me, and for the love and support that have carried me through. And as I look to the future, I am filled with hope and anticipation, knowing that the best is yet to come.